Hello and welcome to another one of my retro gaming dives, going back to games that I've either only played way back in the past or have never played at all. And as you can see from the screen to the side of me today, we're using the Commodore 64 emulator, which means that I'm delving into something that I might have played but not on this machine. I was always a ZX Spectrum kind of guy, and so there was no need for me to have a Commodore 64. One of my friends had a C64, but I never dabbled on it. Now, the game is a suggestion that was given forwards by one of you lovely followers, and it is one that I've played, but on the Atari ST slightly later on with keyboard and mouse. This time, I'm using the old controller. So this is going to be an interesting one, and I was never, ever any good at this game anyway. I am useless at this game, so I'm quite looking forward to delving in and seeing how I get on with Defenders of the Crown. Now, Defender of the Crown. Here we go, 1986, 1987. Let's increase the volume for that glorious, glorious C64 sound. Now, as much as I loved my ZX Spectrum, and I would never have changed it for the world, I was envious of the sound chip in the C64 that my mates could boast about, even if their games didn't quite play as well, let's be honest. Don't want to start a C64 versus ZX Spectrum war. That was for the playgrounds years ago. We're on to more serious things now. Anyway, Cinemaware, who gave us this game, I loved the fact that they approached their games like they were movies. So you had intro credits, you had theme tunes, you had like a whole setup. In fact, this whole game came on two separate sides. The first side is literally just going through the intro to the game, the cast. And whilst I could skip all this, I just think it's interesting to immerse completely into the whole setting. Here's the Normans, here's the people who I'm going to be fighting with. The ladies, because it's really important to have ladies in one of these throwbacks to the old times. And now the plot. Absolutely love the immersion. We have a black screen while it tries to think about what it's going to do next. Choose a character. I'm not going Geoffrey. Let's be honest, no one ever wants to go Geoffrey. The guy looks like a right wimp. Wulfric the Wild. Leadership average, jousting weak. I was weak on jousting even when I played like one of the strong ones, if I can remember correctly. Wilfred, Cedric. You know what? I don't like Wilfred. I don't like the name Wilfred. Sorry if your name's Wilfred. Just not digging for it. Cedric. Let's go for Wulfric. Let's be Wulfric the Wild. I'm pretty sure that there's a strategy to this game that if you pick a certain player, it plays easier. But I remember playing with every character and never getting anywhere anyway. So I'm not overly concerned at my choice of characters. An assassin has taken the king's life! There's Robin looking rather suave in his Lincoln greens there. Classic Robin. Normans are assembling armies and the Saxons will fight them. They accuse each other of killing the king and stealing the crown. I really, really love games like this. I mean, Cinemaware were responsible for one of my favourite games of all time, which is It Came from the Desert, the Giant Ants B-movie style game. Again, a game that I never actually managed to complete and I was absolutely useless at, but I thoroughly enjoyed things like the escape from the hospital scene in there, and in fact, I'm now talking myself into going back and revisiting that game. So I might be firing up the Amiga emulator at some point on one of these videos. Flip the disc over and press the joystick button. Yay! So, starting build of 10. Let's see how far this gets me. I've got a home garrison of 20 for my army that transferred across. Right, what I need to do... do I need to buy more army? No, I'm going to start with this army and I'm going to follow, maybe buy some more, and then on next turn have a big army. No, nah, hell to it. Let's go straight for transferring everyone out of my garrison and into my army. Do we take everyone? Now, if I remember correctly from when I played this way back in the 90s on the Atari, if there was no one in your garrisons when someone attacks it, you're basically game over straight away. However, no one's going to be able to attack my fortress on this turn, so I might as well take everyone and then buy an army on the next turn. So confident am I. And now I'm going to move my army. And I'm going to... Now, if I go there, I'm under a risk of attack from 2 enemies. So I'm going to head north. Oh, okay. That's not an adjacent territory. Oh, yeah, I'm here. What am I doing? I can't even read the map properly. So I need to go there. Or go there. I might as well take all of Wales. No one can attack my armies as they occupy these areas. So if I start with South Wales, because, you know, sheep are handy. I don't know. Battles rage across the land. So I should have more gold now. Yeah, I've got 14 gold. I'm getting close to being able to afford a catapult. I'm going to take my conquest. I'm going to move my army to North Wales because I want to go to Rhyl and Prestatyn. I've heard that Rhyl has a very good swimming pool, sun centre, and Prestatyn is just a lovely name. $20 gold. Okay, right, now I'm in risk of my garrison being attacked, so I need to start buying things. So I'm going to buy myself a catapult while I've got the money, because they're quite expensive. I'm going to get myself 5 soldiers with the rest. Now, they're in my garrison, so that will keep it protected. If someone attacks for the time being, might ward them off, because if someone attacks you when it's empty, your life's empty. Because you're basic. And if anyone's wondering what I'm supping on at the moment, it's this glorious stuff from Abbeydale Breweries, Heresy Lager. Marvellous. Really sharp. Meanwhile what? Dastardly Norman rogues have kidnapped the ward of Cedric, who promises to grant you the hand of the fair lady. Should I attempt to rescue her? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's try and get the hand of the lady. It's not going to go well. It's going to be one of those raiding the castles with a sword fight, isn't it? And I'm never any good with them. Yep, it's a sword fight. This is not going to end well. I'm already down to about a 3rd health. Yeah. Oh, no chance. I just can't quite get the combination of parry to thrust good enough to survive. You flee like a cowardly cur. Of course I do, because I am! Okay. Now, just for a laugh, and I know that I won't be any good at this. Tournament. I'm going to host a tournament. I'm going to host a joust and see if I can win some money. Do I want fame or land? I want land. I want that. This is not gonna go well. Love the music. It's amazing when you think that, you know, how much game is embedded into such a short amount of memory space on these old machines. When you consider that the memory of these old machines is less than what you have on a watch these days. Amazing. Okay. Aim for the shield and then thrust. Aim and thrust. Aim and thrust. That's what she said. Proper nervous. My heart's fluttering. Come on. There it goes. And I just lost some land. That was somewhat foolish. Okay. I want North Wales back. I really like that Sun Centre. Sorry, Cedric. I'm attacking you. Oh. Been a bit of a fight to the north of me. Okay. I'm not confident. I feel that it's going to open up and he's going to have a huge army in here. Oh, it's not. Oh, he's got knights, he's got knights, he's got knights, he's got knights, he's got knights. He's attacking his castle. Oh, no. My castle's now being overrun, which means game over. Which means that this game has ended pretty much exactly how every game of this ever ended. Your men fought bravely. No, they didn't. They fell down and started crying for their mummies straight away. As the enemy pours through the gates, you send your men into the secret passages underneath the castle. We're heading to join Robin. Follow them to freedom, join Robin, yada yada yada, continue the struggle against the Norman oppression. And then flip the disc over and press the joystick button. Because there endeth the game. So, suffice to say, I am still exactly as bad at that game, as I always have been. Like I say, I've never played the Commodore 64 version. I used to play it on the Atari ST, and occasionally when I was around with friends, I'd play a load of the Cinemaware games on his Amiga, because, let's be honest, that Amiga sound chip, oh, it made these games immense. Especially, it came from the desert, was brilliant, and I still remember the music as you're escaping the hospital on that one. The dun 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 dun. Marvelous stuff. Anyway, this is starting up again. Will I go back and replay this game? Yes. Will it be on the Commodore 64 version? Probably not. I'm probably going to be a bit more motivated now to fire up my Atari ST or Amiga emulator and replay this game using good old keyboard and mouse. Because, especially for the jousting, I remember that I did actually complete a few jousts way back in the past because the mouse was a lot easier to control. I have a huge fondness for the Cinemaware games, and I'm really glad that this was suggested to me because I'd completely forgotten about this one, and I'm glad I've rediscovered it. So thank you for the recommendation. Keep those recommendations coming in. I've already got about 5, 6, 7 games lined up that I'll be getting to over time, but that doesn't mean that you can't still send me some more suggestions of games that you want me to go back and revisit. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you know the works, and I'll catch you again another time for some more games.